This is going to be the biggest transfer window for Manchester United in the next decade. Who are we? Manchester United. Now on this video, I'm going to attempt to sign players for Manchester United. We very well understand that this transfer window for Manchester United is going to be very important. This summer is very important. It's very important. There's no Champions League for us. So this summer is the summer we build again. We go back to our roots. We try to be Manchester United again. And already the first day of the window, June 1st, Manchester United have confirmed the signing of Cunha from Wolverhampton, which is a very good one. So now on this video, I'm going to attempt to fill in some positions for Manchester United and take us to the next level, because all we have next season is EPL, and we very well know there's going to be massive cleaning in the squad. Players like Eriksen, Lindelof, Johnny Evans are already leaving. So what is next now? We are still going to have to sell players. We know players like Alejandro Garnacho, Rashford, Anthony, Sancho. They're all looking for clubs. So there's positions to fill in Manchester United, and we're not just going to try to fill them. We're going to try to fill those positions and be able to put out a squad that will be able to be Manchester United again. So this is the current squad we have at Manchester United. As you can see, I've gone ahead to add Cunha already and Mbeumo. At the time of doing this video, Mbeumo have agreed to personal terms with Manchester United, but Man United have not agreed the price with Brentford for the deal. But I just went ahead to put him, So I'm going to attempt to fill in about 3 positions, because as we can see, our centre backs position, for me, I think we don't have a problem this season for centre backs, because even behind Martinez there's Eden Heaven, behind Delete there's Maguire, and behind Euro there's Mazarawi. So I don't think we do need the only reason we are going to sign a centre back this season if we let one of our centre backs go, and I don't think that is happening. Plus we also have Fredrickson in the defensive area. I think we are stocked in that area. Now I have my reservations about Delete and Maguire for the centre back position, because they are not really the ball handlers we want, but right now we have other pressing issues, so we are going to go into other pressing issues. Bruno Fernandes is staying in the club, so for me, the sitting in one of those pivot positions is the position we have seen him perform better the last season. So I think that is going to be his position more during the next season. So we are going to attempt to get somebody else to pair with him, because I think Manchester United are going to try to sell Casemiro this season. I think they should sell Casemiro. I'm not even playing. Casemiro did well at the end of last season, but Casemiro needs to leave. We need somebody better. We need somebody with a much different profile from what Casemiro can offer. And we have Ugarte, but Ugarte is really not, his ball control is not at where we need it. We need somebody that can move with the ball. We need somebody that can, be able to carry the ball, somebody comfortable in tight spaces, somebody good on the half turn, good under pressure. Ugarte is not really the best at those things. So I have a few options in that positions I would like to tell us about. My undisputed first pick for the midfield is Baleba. Now, if you have watched Brighton play, you would see the monster in the middle of the field. That guy that dominates the pitch, that black tall guy. That is Baleba. Baleba is a left-footed player. He's very good on the ball. He's very confident. He's good at carrying the ball out of the defense line. He's good at tackling. He has a Caicedo in him, but he's not as rough as Caicedo, but he has flair in him. He's a very good player. If we really want to be Manchester United again, this is the kind of player that you play with Bruno Fernandes, and we won't have a lot of issues in the midfield. He's very good on the ball. He can really dominate, and if we really want to go all out, I think Baleba should be the signer. I don't think it's going to be easy getting him off Brighton, but Baleba is a very good player. I tell you, like, I love the guy. From the first time I saw him in that midfield, he looked raw the first time, but over time he's advancing into the position. When we missed out on Caicedo many years ago, it was painful, but I'm not going to say more buy Caicedo for over £100 million. For Baleba, I think 80 million pounds it's going to do it. It's even too much. I think 60, 80, I can't remember how much they bought him, but I think Baleba would be really, really good. Absolute monster physically on the pitch. I think that would be really great for us. Next up on my list is Ederson from Atlanta, the Brazilian center midfielder. Edison for me is a slight upgrade on Ugarte because he can get around the pitch like Ugarte can. I think he's just better on the ball than Ugarte is for Manchester United. It will be an upgrade. He's better. I think he's a better passer also than Ugarte. He's one of those players that for 90 minutes he's going to give his all and he's going to give his best, and that is the kind of player we need in the center of the midfield alongside a player like Bruno Fernandes, somebody that is always willing to cover the distance, somebody that knows how to understand space and when to be really physical in those tackles. Ederson is that guy. Next up on my list is Watkins from Crystal Palace. Now, I don't know if most of you have watched him, but this guy is probably the best passer on the list. He is a dictating DM. He's one of those DMs that is good on the ball. He's a great passer. He can be a playmaker from deep. He can really tear passes from very deep in the pitch. He's excellent in tight spaces. He can also carry the ball. Now, he's not a very combative midfielder like, probably Baleba, but he's a guy that delivers and dictates from deep down on the pitch. So, for me, if we were going the passing route, say we want to keep possession, for me, this is the guy. But like I said, he's not the first option for me. I have Baleba obviously as the first option, but if we're looking at possession retention as the idea, I think Watkins is the guy for us, especially the fact that we have players like Uboemo in front of him, players that would eat those shiners up. So for me, Watkins can be an option if Manchester United were looking for a distributor at the bottom of the pitch. Next up on that list is Onana from Aston Villa. Now, when Aston Villa signed Onana from Everton, I was one of those people that was expecting Manchester United to get him, and of course, it was the same time we bought Ugarte. For me, Onana is a combat player. He's the kind of guy that one-on-one is going to eat you up. He's very physical, he's dominating. He's not the most excellent player on the ball, but he's the kind of guy that is confident enough to hit at goal, to play a shot. For corner kick, he's also a dominant player because he can jump and he has that sort of positioning a player like Casemiro has inside the box. He can offer us extra, especially his ball winning ability. This is one of those players that physically you cannot beat him one-on-one. He eats people up for lunch, I tell you. This guy is a dominant midfielder. Playing him around the player like Bruno Fernandes, it goes sweet because this guy will win the ball and give it to Bruno Fernandes. And he's not shy to carry the ball and run, but he's not the most tactically. He doesn't have the tactical ability. He doesn't have the long range of Watkins. He doesn't have the carrying of Baleba, but on his own, being a defensive midfielder, being a center midfielder that is going to, hold the ball or collect the ball from the opponent. Onana, for me, is one of those guys that can deliver that and give the ball for Bruno Fernandes to spread the ball around. Now, the last outsider I'm going to mention in this position is Paulinho, the Portuguese player that is playing currently in Bayern Munich. Now, Paulinho moved, I think it was last season, for Fulham to Bayern Munich. Excellent. He's like an Onana kind of player. He's the kind of people that one-on-one, they are going to run the pitch the whole 90 minutes. They are going to make sure the other team does not hold the ball. This guy is one of those players that one-on-one is a physical specimen. I think he's currently 28, 29 or 30 years of age. I know this is not the kind of player Manchester United are currently going for, because obviously we're going for player in that are much younger, but if we're looking for a short-term fix, this is the guy. This guy is strong, and there's report that Bayern Munich are looking to let him go. That's why I added him to the list. I think a £20 million or probably a known deal for this sort of player, it will really be good. He's a dominant player in the midfield. He doesn't have any special, ball distribution or all that. He just wins the ball, gives it back to the distributor. He's that kind of player, and that is what he offers a team. Next up, we're going to move to the attacking position, which for me is the most important position we have to sign this season. I know after getting Cunha, getting Mbeumo, we need that person that is going to complement them, that player that is going to make us see the best of their abilities, Now, Mateta plays for Crystal Palace. I think he's probably 26, 27 years of age. Mateta has technical ability. Mateta has the ability to hold up the play. He has a variety of finish. Mateta is not a power finisher. He has a variety. If you watch the game against Arsenal, I think it was probably the third or second game to the end of the season. If you see that finish, that last finish he did was amazing. The shape was amazing. He is that kind of player. He plays for Crystal Palace and is able to hold the best players. When he played against Man City in the FA Cup final, you could see his hold-up play that brought the goal they scored in that game. Mateta is a good player. He has the height. I think he's over 6 foot. He's good with heading. He's good with left foot, right foot, hold-up play. He's good at running into the channels. For me, I think for a 35 million to 50 million pounds, I think we could have a Mateta. Now, would the Mateta signing be right for us? I think it would be, especially having players like Cunha and Mbeumo beside him. I think Mateta will really shine, especially the fact that the kind of formation we play, a lot of long balls have to be played to the attacker, and that was why we faulted Rasmus Højlund last season, because he couldn't hold the ball up. Mateta in Crystal Palace have showed us that he can hold the ball even against top teams, even when the pressure is high. So for me, I think Mateta would be a really, really good signing. I know a lot of people are going to be clamoring for other people, but I think Mateta would be a good one for Manchester United. Now, the last attacker I'm going to put out there is Gyökeres, the one that is pretty been on everybody's lips since the transfer window opened. Gyökeres is an amazing striker. He's a Haaland type striker. He's good power finishes. He's always going to run into the channel. He's a beast. He's a physical specimen. He has played under Ruben Amorim before. So, obviously, I see where everybody wants Gyökeres. And yes, he can really work in the Manchester United system. Yes, he can dominate and score a lot of goals. Of course, this team I'm putting out there, if we have this team, we're going to create chances. So, Gyökeres is going to score. He's an amazing guy. He knows how to run into the channel. He knows how to do the hold-up play also. Just for me, his touch is not as amazing as Mateta. That's why for me Mateta is my top target going into the window. But for me, if Manchester United getting Gyökeres, according to rumors, there are talks already going on for Gyökeres. I think he would be amazing. The major fact being the fact that he has worked under Ruben Amorim under this system before. So I don't think it will be hard for him to come in and tear the league apart. Now, I think he has a release clause in his contract. So if Manchester United were indeed to go for him, that means they will be willing to play the release clause. If we get him in, I reckon this guy would be a blast for Manchester United. Now, I had to save the most important for last because I am fed up with Onana. I am obviously fed up with Onana. And I feel if we are going to take the next step the next season, we need another goalkeeper. We need somebody that is better than Onana. Now the window has just opened, and I think Manchester United are going to be trying to sell Onana. Of course, there have been rumors about Emiliano Martinez of Aston Villa leaving Aston Villa, and Manchester United being one of the suitors. I would take Emiliano Martinez. I will take him. Now, a lot of people might not like his character, but I'm particularly fond of the guy because he believes in himself. Now, I thought that was Onana before he came to Manchester United, but obviously Onana's goalkeeping ability are not up to par. We have seen it for 2 seasons now. We have seen Onana, and I think I've seen enough of Onana. Now, I think if this guy was to be available for £25 million, he's 32 years of age, he's a goalkeeper, his age does not matter. He can keep in Manchester United for the next 5 years. He just have to be saving balls. And this guy have reflexes that can save anybody's life. This guy can literally catch anything. Amazing goalkeeper, penalty wise. We have seen it. He's a World Cup winner. Is he up for the pressure in Manchester United? Emiliano Martinez, he has been there in the World Cup final and he did it under that pressure. So I think Manchester United He's the one we need. If he's available for £25 million, I will take it and I will try to get Onana out of Manchester United. This is the window that I want to see. For me, this is the potential signings that I think are going to tear the league up next season. Now, I feel if we get this squad into next season, coupled with the fact that we're not in Champions League, a lot of training time, this squad can deliver us Champions League next season. And let's see, because how far we can go is going to be told at the first 10 games of the season. If we win the first 10 games of next season, I'll tell you what will happen. But for now, let's just focus on this transfer window. You let me know in the comment section which players you want to see in Manchester United and which positions you think are going to be important going into the next season. I'll see you in the next video. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please do not forget to subscribe. Please share the video so that other people can get to see how much work we're putting in. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.